Welcome to 5 Minute Monster Views. I'm your host, Monster D. And today, oh, do I have a monstrous treat for you. For I have with me an amazing, legendary kaiju artist. You can find his work at IDW Comics, Arrow Video, and Renegade Game Studios. He has worked on such legendary monsters as Godzilla, Ultraman, and Gamera, and so many more. I am pleased to present to you the one, the only, Matt Frank. Hello, Matt.
Hey, Monster D. Thank you for the intro. I feel like I'm back on TV in the '80s, a horror show host, and I feel like I'm underdressed for it. Uh, yeah, happy to be here.
Well, at least you brought your wings with you, so you can fly about as you wish.
Yeah, hold on. I just gotta get my reps in. Yeah, no, this is fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you're here today. You're definitely a dream guest for me. But the first thing I want to ask you, is Matt, are you in the mood for a monster?
I am. I'm always in the mood for a monster.
Excellent. Well, this is my magic monster maker. And with this device, I can extract from your very own mind a one-of-a-kind monster drawing. Something that may have been in there the entire time that you may not have even been aware of. And shall pull that out and put it on this drawing and do so in 5 minutes or less. All I need for you to do is to give me a number between 1 and 8.
4.
4. Excellent. Now let me give a gentle shake to the monster maker. Most of these fellows are probably asleep now. Now let me see if we can find your number. Let's see here. Is that your number?
No, it's not.
Uh-oh. Hang on. How about right there?
There you go. That's the one.
All right, number 4. Now, there shall be a message inside. And can you tell me, if it will not let me go, what does that message say?
Favorite food.
Yes, excellent.
All right.
So as I ravel up this message and replace the monster maker, can you tell me what your favorite food in the entire world is?
Oh, I guess I have to do it right off the cuff. You know what? Maybe it's basic, but I like good old-fashioned pepperoni pizza.
All right. Nothing wrong with basic. All right. Let me basically pull my very basic time-telling device here, and you get your very own pepperoni pizza monster today.
Awesome.
Yes, time has begun now. So, as I begin this drawing, Matt, I have to ask you, being a long-time resident of Austin, Texas, what is so special about that city? And is there something about it that you think helps to bolster your already formidable creative juices? And is there a favorite place you like to hang out and draw, or somewhere to draw inspiration from? What is so artistically awesome about Austin?
Well, Austin is famous because it has a really great vibe. It's a very, our catchphrase is "Keep Austin Weird."
Yeah.
I moved here to go to college back in the early 2000s, and I decided to stay here. And one of the reasons why I decided to stay is because Austin does have a really great nerd scene, and a lot of the core of that is this. There's a couple of stores in the middle of town. There's Austin Books and Comics, which is a comic shop. There's the Guzu Gallery, which is an art gallery and a vinyl toy shop. I actually designed their mascot.
Oh, nice.
His name is Guzuju, which means lazy beast. And then there's Outlaw Moon, which is lots of games and old and retro toys and stuff. So and I know a bunch of people who work there. I'm friends with Brandon, who's the manager there, and they've always been good to me. So that's one of the reasons I stayed. I love that shop, and I love that center. But all the comic shops in Austin have their own vibe. Like Rogues Gallery up in Round Rock is really great too. So that's probably the first thing that jumps to mind.
I wouldn't blame you. You could feel free to confess. How often do you walk by those comic shops just to see your own cover work displayed so greatly there?
Well, I honestly had to stop going all the time because I can't get out of there. I can't get out of those shows. Every time I go into that area, I wind up going to all three of them, and the whole thing usually I don't get out of there in under an hour. So I had to stop going, but I do love that place, and it's nice when I occasionally do see my stuff on the shelf, but the thing that really excites me is the overall vibe, and especially getting to read new stuff. Let me see if I've got it here. I recently went and picked up a couple of comics like Superman Smashes the Klan. I'm very excited to read that.
Nice.
Let's see, Ranger Slayer from Power Rangers.
Ooh.
And this new one, it's Ultra Mega. It's like an Ultraman type book, and that seems very interesting. So I'm eager to check that out. So anyway, that's on my reading list.
That Ultra Slayer, is that not the comic where the or the Ranger Slayer rather are not the event, or rather the Justice League somehow involved with that?
There was a Power Rangers comic from Boom that was the Justice League Power Rangers crossover, and I will admit I have not gotten to read that yet, but it seems like it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the Ninja Turtles crossover because by the end of it, the little bit of a spoiler, but the turtles get the coins and they are turned into Turtle Rangers.
Oh,
I'm like, that is so rad. So
that's one of those things where if you're going to do a crossover, that is the thing everyone wants to see. So that is perfect.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like a Power Ranger the Ranger suit can go over just about anyone. So that it doesn't have to be limited to just people. So I love that.
So you travel all around to various Comic Cons, and I know you've gone as far as Tokyo for some of your amazing kaiju work. Is there any place that you go outside of Austin that has the ultimate slice of pepperoni pizza that every time there's a convention there, you're going to grab that slice?
That is honestly a really good question. You know what I did discover, because you mentioned Tokyo, there is a pizza place in Tokyo that I really like going to now. And I'm not looking for pizza when I'm in Tokyo. I'm looking for sushi. I'm looking for noodles. I'm looking for, are we good?
That was time. You can finish saying what you were saying.
There's a place, I believe it's called Devil Craft, which is a wonderful name, and it's a Japanese deep dish pizza restaurant in the middle of Tokyo, and they somehow got deep dish pizza to be a little lighter. So normally you get a Chicago style deep dish and you're eating it and you're like, oh man, I ate one slice, now I need a nap. This is like I was having like 4 or 5 slices. Like it was amazing. It was really good. So that's my I really can't wait to go back. Fingers crossed.
So it's like Weight Watchers deep dish, if such a thing could exist.
Oh, I guarantee it is not healthy for you.
Just that addictive.
What did Troy McClure say? That can't be good for me. It's too good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I also have to ask, one of the things that inspired me to talk to you today was I know that you created artwork for the eminently released Arrow video collection of the Daimajin trilogy, which I am so excited to get. Just the fact that anyone is paying attention to that just excites me, and the fact that your artwork on it is icing on the granite on the monster there. So I have to ask, what are your thoughts on the Daimajin character? And what else would you like to see done with that character in the future after this?
That's a really good question. I think that the character, and by extension, the trilogy, it's just crackerjack, tokusatsu, kaiju adjacent cinema. There's a little bit of a debate whether or not Daimajin qualifies as a kaiju, but I think it straddles that line enough to where we can just kind of throw him in there. But I mean, they're beautifully made. They have great soundtracks by Akira Ifukube, which I was honestly shocked when I found out about that.
Yes.
But I found out when I was a kid, but I remember thinking like, well, Ifukube only did music for Godzilla movies, right? No, it turns out he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think they're really well done. I think the character is it's the gut punch that puts a big exclamation point on the whole film, because you're already so engaged by the story of all three movies, and you're already so like drawn in, and then he shows up and you're just like, whoa. I'm really excited that he is going to be in the new Great Yokai War movie by Takashi Miike.
I was going to say, I did see a poster for that. That excites me.
The trailer, it looks really cool too. He is, for the most part, looks like he's going to be CGI, which I was a little disappointed by, but they did build a life-sized head model of him for the characters to kind of ride on his shoulder and stuff. So if they do more Daimajin stuff in the future, I definitely want, I'd like to see them do more period piece stuff, but maybe skip around in the timeline of Japan a little bit and have them fight some other monsters. I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I could not agree with you more. I've long said you might as well kill two kaiju, quote unquote, with one stone, and just do Gamera versus Daimajin, so you don't have to worry about any licensing issues.
Oh man, I'm just thinking, like, I know people have done fan art of that, but I'm kind of amazed it hasn't been done yet. So right? They might as well. I guess because their reasoning is that Daimajin's not big enough. So, well, there's ways around that.
Right. With all his crazy powers, I'm sure he could be practically any size he wanted to.
That's true.
Well, of course, you did hear the timer go off a while back, so here is your very own Pizza Kaiju.
Oh, I love him. Oh, man. Lower it down a little bit. I want to make sure I catch the face. Okay, there he is. Oh, my God. I like the beard. It's got my hair. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it.
Hopefully, walking alongside Austin there, leaving most of it intact, hopefully. Just smelling very pizza-rific.
He doesn't want to break anything. He might go step on the Capitol building, but
maybe throw a pepperoni disc at it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, man, he shoots pepperoni discs? Like, oh, that's weird and gross. I like it.
I hope to see a drawing of that someday.
Thank you. That's really cool.
Excellent. Well, the last thing I want to ask you, Matt, is out of everything you have going on in your life, what are you most looking forward to next?
Oh, man, I'm very fortunate that I've had a lot of stuff. I've had a lot of stuff that's been coming out that I've been excited to see come out. And I've been, with everything that's been going on in the world, we all kind of feel like we've been sitting in place. I'm really excited at the possibility of being go back to Tokyo this year. That's probably because we're already working on a couple of things for it. Big thing that's already been announced that I haven't really been able to talk about much is we are doing a comic adaptation of a classic anime tokusatsu series called Dinosaur War Eisenborg, which was it's by the people who made Ultraman. It's by Subaraya, but it was adapted into the United States. It was brought in the United States. It's called Attack of the Super Monsters, and Riff Trax even did an episode about it. And so we're kind of gearing up for that release in Tokyo later this year. So we're hoping everything gets calmed down by then, and we're hoping it'll still happen. So we'll see.
Wasn't that the one that had it brought back the old was it the Toei T-Rex from The Last Dinosaur?
Yeah, it is exactly that one. They use that suit as the villain of like he's like the one of the main boss dinosaur, and it's a great suit. It's not terribly realistic, but like who cares? Um, and yeah, a lot of people don't know that The Last Dinosaur was a Subaraya co-production, and that I rewatched that movie recently. My buddy Alan that's his favorite movie, and he was like, "We gotta watch this." We watch it, and I was just like, I love this movie. It's ridiculous. It's so there's nothing else like it. There's nothing else that is so weird, and yet takes itself so seriously, and yet doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a weird movie. I love it.
Yes. When I was a child and I saw The Last Dinosaur numerous times, I used to actually think that T Rex and Gorosaurus were one and the same character.
Oh, I could see that. I could see like being as a kid and like, there are all these dinosaurs and all these monsters and some of them start getting mixed up in your head. I could see that. I could see that. I actually was able to see in person one of the original models for the polar borer, for the ice drill thing they used. That was at a friend's collection in Japan. And I had Alan with me when he saw it, and he about lost it because there's all this other stuff in this collection. It's a collection of Tomo Haraguchi, who's an amazing effects artist in Japan. And he had this amazing collection of all these old props, of like stuff from Gamera, stuff from Godzilla, but Alan is just like zoop, he just zeroes in on the polar borer, and I'm like, that's his thing. So it's good memory.
That is amazing. And Matt, I want to thank you so much for sharing all these tales. I definitely look forward to all the work you have going on once you get back out there to Tokyo and whatnot, and as well as what you're producing now anyway. Thank you so much for being a guest here today on 5-Minute Monster Views. And Matt, won't you please stay monstrous?
Monster D. Monster D. Monster D.
Well, sometimes I've done a little a little bit of voice work, I don't want to brag, but I've done Ultraman Belial for what was it called? Ultraman Fusion Fight. The English version, it was just, and it's almost Megatron-esque because it's got to be a little bit up here, and it's actually really tearing up my voice. But he'll say things like, "I am the strongest in the entire world." And if you go even higher, you can do Starscream, and you do the whole exchange like, "Much easier, Almighty Megatron, than attacking the real threat, the Autobots' moon base." And and then you can go lower to do Otto from The Simpsons. It's like, "Hey, I failed the test once, and now look at me now. I drive the school bus." But those are all on different octaves. Then you got Lenny, wow, I'm making record time. If only I had somewhere to be.